So some other things that I like to play with, I think of a little bit as moderately cheesy ways of adding some energy. But let's go through them. So one of them is when I'm playing something, at some point, I can play more and more upbeat. So that particular thing I did there, I was playing with a few different things. So one is sort of my normal, and then over time, I got to be more upbeat heavy. Just my right hand playing only upbeats, and eventually that with my left hand too. Now, that one is very tricky. If you're just playing the piano as the only rhythm instrument, and you do very many upbeats in a row, people will get confused because they will sound like the downbeat. Now, you are hearing me stomping my foot, which gives clarity on what the downbeat is. But if my foot isn't mic'd and the piano is, people will hear the piano and they'll get confused about when to put their feet down. Now, I love playing with foot drums, so the stamping my foot you're hearing is really a stand-in for playing kick drums. So if I'm going kick, no one's going to get confused about what the role of the piano is because the foot is anchoring it. It's also great to play with a real drummer. But if you don't have such things, you need to be careful not to do for too long, or people will just reinterpret that as the downbeat, and that will sound much less good. So I did a build. The build was something like. I don't know if that was the build, but the idea is you sort of you get progressively more and more upbeat heavy, and then I don't know, you can bring it out of it in some way, like maybe a break is nice. So so that pause, it's great. If you can coordinate that pause with the other musicians, it is very effective. It especially works well if you're trying to support the dancers like meeting and going into something. Perhaps they're going to go in together and they're going to balance, or they're going to take hands at a very precise time. It can feel really good to have a break and then the music hits just as the dancers come together. It's a wonderful feeling. I love to dance to that. You can also do things where you get progressively downbeat heavy for a while. So I don't know, that's another kind of thing you can do, is by doing something out of the ordinary, you can signal to the dancers like, hey, we're doing a thing, and you can get progressively louder. And that's the basics of sort of indicating, now it is time to shout, or whatever. It works much better if you coordinate this with the rest of the band. You can either do this by listening to each other, which is great, or by deciding in advance, hey, this time we're going to do this thing, or even talking with each other as you play. There's huge benefits to learning how to talk while you're playing, especially if you want to be able to do interesting things on the fly with your band members.